Alright, this is the video summary of the excerpt by Dave Foreman, who was the founder of Earth First in 1987, which is an environmentalist activist group. He was concerned about the group losing their clarity of purpose, so he wrote down 16 principles for the group. The first principle is the placing of the planet Earth first, even ahead of human welfare if necessary. This means the interests of our planet are more important than those of humans. And this practice would actually be more beneficial for the human race in the long run, as it would create a healthier environment for us to live in. And we must adjust to the planet, not the other way around. The second principle is the refusal to use human beings as a measure by which to value others. This means that just because humans are dying in Africa doesn't mean we can wipe out other creatures somewhere else. And we can't use humans dying in one place as a balance for us to kill other species for our benefit. The third principle is an enthusiastic embracing of the philosophy of deep ecology or biocentrism. This follows the ideals presented by Nace in the previous excerpt. This is a belief that things such as mountains and rivers aren't put here for our use, but for the use of all species alike. And it acknowledges that diseases and pests are an intricate part of the diverse biosphere that we live in. The fourth principle is the realization that wilderness is the real world. Our creation of cities and highways only represents a fraction of the planet's history. The real world can be seen in the wilderness, such as jungles, deserts, and dry lands all around us, and we must work to preserve this wilderness. The fifth principle is the recognition that there are far too many human beings on Earth currently. Right now we have over 6 billion people that are putting a strain on the world's resources, and all these people need material goods to maintain a certain level of or quality of living that they've become accustomed to. And things such as great blue whales, jaguars, and rainforests aren't compatible with this expanding population. The sixth principle is a deep questioning of progress and technology. This just means that we need to question if advancement in technology is really benefiting the human race. The seventh principle is the refusal to accept rationality as the only way of thinking. Facts and figures can be useful, but they aren't our only tool. In some cases, usually emergencies, it's more useful to use gut instinct or intuition. The eighth principle is the lack of desire to gain credibility or legitimacy with those running human civilization. This means that Earth First is a group of sane humans in an insane society. With the world spinning out of control, it's not necessary for them to gain credibility with those who are running the programs that are allowing this to happen. And biological credibility is much more important. The ninth principle is an effort to go beyond the tired, worn-out dogmas of left, right, and middle-of-the-road politics. This means the cause of Earth First is greater than the issues presented in the political arena, and the initiative of Earth First is to save the planet, not get involved in political struggles between different sects of people. The tenth principle is an unwillingness to set any ethnicity, class, or political group of humans on a pedestal and make them immune from questioning. This just simply means that everyone holds a responsibility for what they do, and no one is immune from questioning. The 11th principle is a willingness to let our actions set the finer points of our philosophy and a recognition that we must act. This means that we can debate all we want, but actions speak louder than words. It's one thing to talk about helping, it's another to actually go out and do something. The 12th principle is an acknowledgement that we must change our personal lifestyles to make them more harmonious with natural diversity. This follows, again, the ideals of deep ecology, and we can't currently reach a true deep ecology lifestyle, but we can start making moves in the right direction in hopes that someday we can. The 13th principle is a commitment to maintaining a sense of humor and a joy in living. Earth First strives to be a proactive group that you can relate to, not a group of typical activists that believe themselves to be better or more important than those who don't support their causes. The 14th principle is an awareness that we are animals. We have not transcended the animal kingdom. We still have the same life processes as other living creatures, and our technologies in communication and transportation don't make us a super species when compared to the others. The 15th principle is that monkey wrenching is a legitimate tool for the preservation of natural diversity. Foreman says that this isn't a common practice for even most of the Earth Firsters, but sometimes the economy has to take a hit to allow the planet to persevere. The 16th and final principle is that Earth First is a warrior society. This doesn't mean that they're going around killing people, but it means that they are warriors who realize that their life is not the most important thing in their life, and that there's a greater reality outside of their life that must be defended, which in this case is preserving the planet. And it's saying that Earth-firsters must fight to change what we're doing to the planet to save it for the future. And those are the 16 principles presented by Foreman.